Happy Festivus!
Oh man! Sorry.
Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Happy Festivus! It is December 23rd. It is a Festivus for the rest of us. Do you have a poll? I don't think he has a poll.
Got a baseball bat. Does that count as a poll?
No, not really. Yeah,
big time. We did not start on time. I think I put this one for 11:05.
That's a little Seinfeld reference for you. Yeah, sorry, we're a little bit late here. I got locked out of my laptop, and Brian's not gonna be on today because he's not feeling well. So we're kind of scrambling a little bit last minute here. But you know, it is the Festivus celebration, and the Grinch is about to drink some Colorado Kool-Aid. It looks like. Look at that. Oh man. Yeah, a lot of stuff is going on in the world of sports. The most recent notable thing is that we just found out that Bryce Harper has committed to Team USA Baseball. So let's talk a little baseball to start off the podcast.
We don't even need a reason.
Yeah, Colorado Kool-Aid. The starting lineup projected as of now would be outfield Corbin Carroll, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Aaron Judge. Infield, Gunnar Henderson, Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Terang, and Bryce Harper. Cal Raleigh behind the dish, and we also have Will Smith. Kyle Schwarber's also committed. He will probably be the starting DH. We also have Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, Logan Webb, Joe Ryan, Matt Boyd, and a number of guys in the bullpen highlighted by Mason Miller. So the roster is looking really, really good. In comparison to the Dominican Republic team, it's pretty scary looking at their lineup as well. But I think our pitching staff, the top two, I think we have the best two pitchers on the planet. So, yeah, team's really filling out, and I'm really excited for the World Baseball Classic. It's one of my favorite things that we don't get to see it very often, every 3 years. So,
yeah, it's going to be pretty. You can still get Pete Alonso on this team. I know that's a homer pick at this point. But he could certainly commit. He could also be getting his life together, moving to Baltimore here as well. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's still a ton of spots to fill. But what we have filled right now is like guys you want there.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for this to start, man. This is some of my favorite stuff between this and the hockey Olympics /4 nations, which was electric last year. This is like my favorite time of year. Once that starts, March 1st, I think it starts right after March.
Yeah, right after March. Also that time of year, you start to get into Masters season. You start to get into March Madness. There's all kinds of stuff to get into. So yeah, it's going to be a really fun March. But before we get there, we have a lot of other stuff to talk about. We did talk about the Shane Baz move, or did we not? We have not talked on this podcast since the Shane Baz move, right?
Oh, we did. When did that happen? We were on Thursday.
I don't believe we did. I think it happened after.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it did. I posted a couple things, but
yeah. Shane Baz is a Baltimore Oriole. We traded a number of prospects. Yes, I am back home, Laura. I got home last night around like 9:30 and watched the rest of the game and then went to bed. And now I'm just woke up basically 30 minutes ago and we're getting going live. So, but yeah, the Shane Baz news. Brooks, you've watched a lot more video than me. What's your take on just him as a pitcher?
Dude, he's going to be fucking filthy. If you've watched any of the stuff that I put out there, the guy has electric stuff. The one thing that you're going to sit there, everyone's talked about it ad nauseum at this point with this home away splits. So I'm not going to sit here and break any news to anybody at this point that like, hey, they played in the bandbox last year. Did he still pitch to where he wanted to pitch? Probably not at home, but a lot of those balls are getting up in that jet stream and getting out of there. Ball flies in Florida all the time. But you look at his stuff, it's incredible. The one thing that he needs to hone in a little bit, which I hope he does, is honestly some of his command. He loses at times because his walk rate's a little higher than I'd like it to be. Um, but I mean, when he's on, he's on. Look at the last few starts of his year last year. It was incredible. I think I posted highlights from his last 2 or 3 starts last year, and I mean, he dominated the Orioles, he dominated the Indians, he dominated somebody else too. I can't remember who it was because the first one that I posted about was against the A's or something like that, and somebody commented on it and was like, "Hey, now find one that's not the A's." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'll post another." Fucking the last 4, 5, 6 starts of last year were great.
The
Um,
A's had three dudes that hit 30 homers last year. They were a good lineup.
yeah, and anyway,
They
but
did
yeah,
minor league.
he's gonna be healthy. I think his stuff is honestly good enough to be a number 2 pitcher. And I was talking to Dusty. I mean, we talked about this at nauseum after we signed him, and I truly think that he's slotting in as a number 3 right away. The people who are putting him at a 4 and a 5 are nuts. They're absolutely fucking nuts. His stuff is not as good as Bradish, but like pretty fucking close. If you watch like everything that he does, a lot of the tunneling that he has, it is really, really good when he's on. So um, I think he has a potential to get right up under there underneath Bradish or even just depending on who's pitching better, they could be pretty interchangeable. But overall, do I think Bradish is a better pitcher? Yes. But I think very highly of Shane Boz after watching a ton of his tape. He's a fucking monster. And then going back to a lot of the criticism that was going on with this whole trade is did you give up a whole bunch of prospects to basically trade for Grayson Rodriguez? They like to cite the injury history, but it's not even relatively close to the same thing. He was hurt and he had his Tommy John in 2023. He started that year trying to get like a PRP shot, tried to rehab it, and then ended up at the end of that year getting Tommy John. And then right after he had come back, he started the year 2024, I believe, and had an oblique injury that sidelined him for a little while and took him a little bit to get going. But um, last year, 31 starts, and everybody can draw the comparisons of um, how many how many pitches he's thrown since the last time Grayson's thrown a pitch, and how many starts he's made since last time Grayson's thrown a pitch. And I've been on record that I think Grayson's going to have surgery this year at some point. I really do. I don't know if he'll get through the 2025 season without it. So that's without me. That's not something I know. Like I don't have like an insider report, but everything that's going on with him with these injuries is just leading me to believe that something's coming down the line here soon, and it's just gonna have to get fixed. I know he had like that I'm blanking on what it was, the surgery that he had to clean up his elbow, the name of it, but he had that at the end of last year that finally got done or whatever, and he's got to start building up his arm again, and we basically have Grayson, but Grayson with a year back after surgery under his belt, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
One yes, less year of control.
Yeah, I think the biggest point is that even if Grayson is healthy this year, Boz had his ramp up year last year after the surgery, and we would have to be waiting to see if Grayson could get through that. If he could get through that ramp up season, I think we just basically trade for a guy who's got a better chance to be really good this year and next year. And really, if you think our window is right now, then I think this is great news for you if you're an Oriole fan. I know the Grayson stuff is flashier and it's newer and everyone really likes his stuff. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, the guy hasn't been on the field. So you're trading for a guy who's more dependably going to be playing. He's got just as high upside, maybe. I
Doesn't
think
have shoulder and lat issues.
doesn't have the issues that Grayson has. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So yeah,
shoulder and lat issues mixed with elbow issues is not a good combination that I'd like to see, and hasn't had surgery yet. It's not. It's just not going to be a recipe for success until something gets fixed in there, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
and like you said, Dusty Boz and it's no shoulders. He had his Tommy John, he had his TJ, he had an oblique injury which pops up on people randomly at times. So other than that, I mean, it seems like clear flying, whatever you want to call it, clear sailing. I mean, I think he's going to be phenomenal. I think he's going to have a great year. And I'll just call it now. I really think he's going to make his way up into our number 2. Because I don't know. They say he's got a cutter and a slider, but and I see a tiny difference in it when I'm watching it, but there's not a ton. I'm wondering if they're gonna drop one of those pitches and kind of make one of them better than the other.
Yeah, the
Just
slider
gonna,
he only threw like 4% of the time, right?
yeah, but they're so similar when he throws it, and they're so similar in speed that I think that even when you're doing the analytics and look up those numbers, I think they're skewed. I think they're just not correctly analyzing the pitch correctly at times. But that's just me. I don't know. I could be wrong. But that's where I'm at with it. But then you have you've got your typical Orioles guys who want to keep the prospects and hoard them, and we're pissed about how much we gave up for them. And then you have the other guys who are like, we finally traded somebody, or we shouldn't have gave up all those guys or whatever. And like, there's just both ends of the spectrum with Orioles fans at times. And
Yeah.
I completely love this move. I mean, if you extrapolate all of this, you basically you traded Grayson Rodriguez
Four prospects.
and a couple prospects for Shane Baz and Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
And I'll take that. And that because those check off 2 boxes for us.
Yeah. Especially with the Pete Alonso signing and the Ryan Helsley signing. In addition, getting Kittredge back, I think was a pretty under the radar, but I think it'll be a big deal. I think he's going to pitch a lot of innings for us this year if he stays healthy. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, look, they're prospects, and yeah, sometimes you trade prospects and you get a little burnt. But I mean, we've criticized Orioles fans have criticized Michael Elias for not being as aggressive as they think he should have been the last couple deadlines. And look, he's starting to get aggressive. And now, if you want to get angry because he traded too many guys, I mean, look, there's a give and take. And I think the amount of prospects that the Rays got back for Shane Baz tells you that the price for him was much higher than it was for Grayson Rodriguez with all that injury history, that checkered injury past.
Yeah.
So
I went back and I looked at like one of his best starts from last year and probably his worst start. His worst start was against the Yankees, where he gave up like 8 runs and 2 1/3 innings or something like that. And I mean, a lot of them were on hanging cutters or sliders, whichever one he was calling it, whichever one he was trying to throw in that moment, but they were just spinners that stayed over the middle. I think Stanton hit one opposite field, and then a couple of the other ones were balls that, I mean, the Yankees do this anyway because of their ballpark, so they're trying to do this. I'm sure they work on this to try to get the ball to right field and see if it'll go. That's basically looked like what they were trying to do down there in Tampa that game. They were getting the ball. There were a couple wall scrapers that probably shouldn't have went. But again, I mean, there were some good ones where he was just like it was the command that I was talking about. Like there was a couple of slider cutters that he was, I mean, just spun, didn't move. There were cement mixers that got crushed. I mean, Judge took one off the batter's eye. I mean, that's going to get out anywhere. Especially if you spin one down the middle.
I am switching from my iPad to my laptop. I've got my laptop working, so I'm going to drop out for 1 second.
You figured it out. We're so tech savvy. We are so tech savvy. But yeah, Milton Bradley's back. Milton Bradley's back in the chat. But yeah, not a whole lot to add there. I've watched just about everybody else talk about him, and everyone's saying the same thing. And I agree with most people. There are a couple guy outliers who don't like this trade, which is fine. You don't have to like it. I mean, I like it. I think it's going to be the right move. But there's nothing more I can really say that other people haven't besides like I just said. I went back and watched a ton of these games that he pitched. I tried to watch some of his good games, some of his bad games, and the command is the issue. And when the command is on, it I mean he's rolling. So and he's filthy. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we can get one more guy. I mean, one more guy would be ideal.
Yeah, and I think they're looking to do that. Also, a good point that I wanted to mention, and I saw this on Pigtown's Twitter. I can't remember where he got it from, but basically, because we traded for Shane Boston, buying arm offer attached to him. Our top pick, or sorry, our number 3 pick in the draft will be voided, I guess, because of this. And because, or wait, if we sign Ranger Suarez or Framber Valdez, sorry, I'm saying this backwards. If we went out now and traded Ranger Suarez or signed Ranger Suarez or Framber Valdez, because they would have a qualifying offer attached to them, or they did, we would be entitled to lose our 3rd pick in this draft. That 3rd pick has been traded. Now it would be number 86 instead of number 43 or something like that. So I don't know if I explained that well. Maybe we could link the tweet. But
It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty, for even if you didn't explain it correctly, it's close enough to show you that Mike Elias kind of outsmarted everybody a little bit.
yeah. Pigtown, maybe you can help me out there. I'm sorry. I know I butchered that a little bit, but anyway. Yeah. Any other Orioles stuff that I wanted to talk about?
The prospects that were traded, Slater DeBrun, who was, I believe, the pick that we got from Tampa last year in the Brian Baker trade. That was the pick that we made with that. So we basically traded back their pick to them, and then ours from this year. And then I think the one that most people were upset about was Ferret, who had the best opportunity to make it up to the big leagues and be successful, but seemed like he was still a couple years away. So you're still in that boat of like, hey, it's time to go now. I'm sure they would probably, if they had the choice, they probably wouldn't have wanted to trade him, but he's not an untouchable. So, and you got a guy that has proven major league success. So now's the time. We got 3-4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the window's now. I think we do go out and sign one of those top pitchers. And if not, we have the pieces to trade. I think it's really interesting what we're going to do with our outfield. It remains a mystery to me. I'm not in love with the prospect of Colton Cowser being the everyday center fielder, but maybe we have a different answer for that still in the chamber. I don't know. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
I have faith that he can get better. Doesn't have a ton of reps out there yet. Hopefully, he got enough towards the end of last year, and we've seen some boneheaded mistakes from him out there, obviously. But I don't see them going to get anybody. If I'm being very honest with you, um, it almost feels like the lineup and everything is kind of set in terms of like the position players, the team, minus like trading away somebody. It just doesn't feel like that to me, and from what I've heard from people, but I could be. I mean, who knows, right? I mean, if a deal comes along that nobody knows about, right? A deal can get done. Who knows?
Yeah. Other big trades going down. One specifically in our division, the Boston Red Sox kid had traded for Wilson Contreras from the St. Louis Cardinals, formerly of the Chicago Cubs. He is now a first baseman. He is not no longer a catcher, and I think that's what the Yankees plan to do with him. I don't know. I don't believe they have Goldschmidt after this year. I think he is a free agent, if I'm remember correctly. So I think they traded, or sorry, Jesus Goldschmidt. What am I talking about? I think the red. I'm so lost today, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm shaking off the cobwebs of all this travel, and I'm so backwards.
You need a beer.
Why am I talking about the Yankees? I don't have beer. If I had one, maybe that would help.
I got a couple
Um,
fun. I got a couple fun coupons too today.
Good for you, man.
We'll see. We'll see how today
Yeah.
goes.
So Wilson Contreras traded to the Red Sox, and I think a lot of people on the internet seem to think that he is going to be Pepper in the monster. And the Red Sox interested to see what they do now with Tristan Casas because he was really good a couple of years ago, but he's been hurt the last few years. I think his trade value is a little bit lower than it would have been a couple of years ago. And I don't really know, I don't really know if the Red Sox are willing to spend money. I think a lot of people wanted them to be in on the Pete Alonso thing, and I think this is just kind of a cheaper option for them at first base, albeit not nearly as productive. What's your take on it? Do you think this is a good move for the Red Sox? Do you think this is an overpay? What do you think?
I mean, I think they have a black hole at first base right now that they're trying to fill. It feels like they've been trying to for. I mean, that was just last year in general, I guess. Maybe the last 2 years, I guess that you were talking about. Yeah, they're not getting this guy for his defense. They're getting this guy for a decently productive bat later in his career, and I think he will be. I think he'll be a good bat in their lineup. I think he's a decent little fit, but like you said, they probably were in on Pete Alonso, but either just didn't quite get it there or didn't sell to him as well as we did, which makes me even happier.
Yeah, I'm not upset. I'm not upset about the definitely getting Pete Alonso over Wilson Contreras in my mind as an
It
Oriole
seems like
fan.
it should be
Makes me a
flip
lot
flop, right?
happier. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I love all the stuff that Pete Alonso said since we signed him too about how
Yeah.
much he seems like he likes the Orioles organization already, and I love what his answer. He was on Foul Territory, which is the AZ Pierzynski podcast, and they were asking him about if he felt upset about Todd Frazier was asking him if he felt upset about the Mets not pursuing him in free agency, and he was like, no, because I know I gave everything I had when I was on the Mets, and now I know I'm going to give everything I have when I'm on the Orioles. He's not he didn't go out and try to bury him or have sour grapes in the interview. He took it like professional, and he said something that I'm sure he probably has some ill feelings towards them right now, but he didn't stoop low enough to say anything in the interview, and I like that. I respect that about him, and I'm glad that he can put that aside and focus on moving forward with the Orioles. So yeah, I like that little nugget I saw out of Pete Alonso this week.
I like that.
Jeff McNeil, 10-year Met, former batting title with the Mets, has been traded to the Oakland Athletics. Sorry, the Sacramento Athletics, the Las Vegas Athletics. What are they? Just the Athletics?
They're the sacks.
The sacks, the ball sacks. He's been traded along with 5.75 of his $15.75 million contract for this year. I think this is. I mean, everyone knows this is kind of just a salary dump. The Mets traded for Marcus Semien, who's going to be handling second base for them this year, and I think that the writing was on the wall for McNeil as soon as that trade happened. And this is a salary dump. They have a big payroll with the Juan Soto contract, and I'm sure they're going to be active in free agency this year. So they're going to get off of him. Probably the longest tenured Mets. Two of the longest tenured Mets have been traded.
Yeah.
I think Nimmo was there for 9 years, and McNeil was there for 10. So yeah, the Mets kind of selling off their older guys and try to get younger and try to get maybe retool for the future. I don't know if they're going to be going for it this year. We'll see what they do in free agency. They've been one of the more interesting teams this free agency.
I mean, does this scream that they're dumping for Kyle Tucker?
I mean, I don't know. Do you pay Juan Soto $700 million and then come back and pay Kyle Tucker $450 the next year?
Oh,
I don't know how deep. Stevie's pockets are pretty deep. I know their pockets are deep, but that would be pretty steep. I don't really know. Be a big swing. Plus, both of those guys are corner outfielders. You kind of pigeonholing yourself there.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like this is more of a can't or won't situation, and it's definitely not a can't. So we'll see if it's a won't.
Yeah. And then the Munetaka Murakami contract, the 2 years, 34 million. He actually even came out in his, or not him, but an anonymous front office executive came out and said that they thought the number was shockingly low. Which I think a lot of us would have, if you would have told us this 6 months ago that this kid was only going to get a 2 year contract worth less than 40 million, I would have told you were crazy. I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago in Japan, he had 53 homers, but a lot of stuff about him not being able to hit high velocity fastballs, 95 plus. They don't really throw as hard in Japan on average. And apparently he struggled with the guys who threw a little bit harder. So, if you watch the MLB, that pretty much every reliever that you're going to see in an MLB game is going to be throwing at least 96, 97 these days. So, we'll see.
Other
He
big
gets
news.
a 2 years deal with the White Sox.
Other big news for the White Sox that just came out 36 minutes ago from the jet plane. Sean Newcomb, 4.5 mil. That was somebody I actually wanted the Orioles to go after a little bit. And 4.5 is not a lot of money. So, but that they could be looking at Dietrich Enns as that solution. So,
Yeah,
we'll see.
he's a kind of crafty lefty that can start or relieve, right? Like a long relief kind of guy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he was closing a lot last year too. So, um, oh, they're signing him to start.
That's
Interesting.
that's probably why he took a contract with them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's only 4.5 mil too. That's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have not. I would have been pretty pumped if they picked him up. But oh well.
Um, Also, just another smaller trade. Brandon Lau traded to the Pirates, so the Rays trading off a couple of their assets as they do. And I don't know if this is the Pirates buying or if this is. I mean, if this is buying, this is the Pirates' idea of buying. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Brandon Lau's a Terp, and he's a good, decent hitting second baseman. But I don't know. I mean, it's not gonna make that Pirates lineup scary. So we'll see. That's it.
What
Just
will?
seems it
I
just seems
mean, you need a
weird.
lot. You need like 5 more guys to make that lineup
It
scary at
just seems
least.
weird, and also like the Rays completely fleeced the Pirates on that Chris Archer deal. So I feel like I don't know if I was the Pirates, I might not go back to the Rays as a trade partner. That's soon after. I guess that was kind of a while ago at this point, but anyway. I think that's enough baseball. We don't have a ton more to talk about. I guess let's get into the Ravens. If you want to see me get angry, unless you want to see me not get angry.
I want to see you get angry. I think Dusty and I have been very much on the we don't jump on the fire anybody train very quickly. But that game, I think we're both, and maybe this is just fresh emotions after it, but we are very much on the it's time for a change. Um I just don't understand how you can have Derrick Henry not see the field for 13 minutes or whatever it was at the end of the game when he's your closer to run the clock out, to beat up the other team who doesn't want to tackle him anymore, as Vrabel's sitting there smiling on the other sideline like, what the hell are you guys doing? I just and then you come out in the press conference and say, yeah, we're doing the rotations, and looking back, yeah, I would have liked him in there. You're the fucking head coach. You're the fucking head coach. Did you forget about that?
Yeah.
And we've said this is not the first time we've said this on a podcast. This keeps happening. It keeps on happening. We've said this so many times. We've said this after playoff losses. We've said this after regular season losses. We've said this after wins. I mean, we've said it all the time. Like, hey, you have him. He's there to close the game. Why aren't we using him? What the hell's going on? Fuck your rotation in the fourth quarter. You're trying to win a game and get to the playoffs. What are we doing?
Yeah, we score with 12:50 left to go up 11, and they go down the field. Drake May hits Kyle Williams on the at the pylon with a ridiculous deep throw and a even more ridiculous catch, and they score pretty quickly. I think it was less than 4 minutes, so we get the ball back around 7 minutes left in the game, and Derrick Henry never took another snap on offense. You know what's crazy is that I'm screaming at the TV, and we're both screaming at the TV the whole time, like, all right, run the fucking ball now. Like we're up. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but we've been running the ball like crazy. Their defensive linemen and offensive linemen were dropping like flies the whole game, and Collinsworth kept saying they're decimated by injuries, and everyone knew it. Like they're decimated by injuries. Just keep running the ball. They got nobody on their defensive line. They suited up 8 offensive linemen, and two of them got hurt in the first 10 minutes of the game. I mean, they had 6 offensive linemen left. If a couple more got hurt, they would have had a tight end playing offensive line. They're just an extremely thin team. But Drake May was playing out of his skull, and you get the ball back with 7 minutes left, and I'm screaming at the TV, put Henry and Ricard in and just freaking run the ball down their throats. They cannot stop us. And we come out, and it's Rasheen Ali. And I'm like, what in the fuck are we doing? And against all odds, but even though it's like 3rd and 6, we throw an out route a quick dig to DeAndre Hopkins to get the first down. And I'm like, all right, enough playing around. We got lucky and we fucking got a first down. Let's please God. And then he comes out.
How do we get
Rasheen Ali? Like, how do you not know at this point if you're John Harbaugh, if he's screaming at Todd Monken, we've already run a whole whole 3 downs of offensive plays. How are you still not screaming? I would have been screaming the minute that we ran out there in the first place without him, and still he's not out there. And then we get fucking stuffed. And I just don't understand what the fuck what are we doing? And Harbaugh saying after the game, yeah, I would have liked to see him get out there. Like, Brooks, you just said you're the fucking head coach of the team. Like, what are you thinking? Put him on the fucking field.
He's standing right next to you.
Get it?
Standing
he's sitting
right
there
next
in a fucking trench coat on the sideline because he's like, and he's sitting on the sideline like pissed off, like yelling, like get him in the fucking game. Oh my god, it drives me nuts. And then after that, you get another opportunity where you get the ball back with like 2:05 left on the clock, and yeah, we need a touchdown, but we have 3 timeouts, so we have 2:05. That means we have 4 timeouts, and we come out. And we throw we come out with Derrick Henry not on the field. We could have run the ball a couple times at the very least on that drive. We decide to throw a backwards pass to Rasheen Ali, who ends up losing 3 yards. What in the fuck? No disrespect to Rasheen Ali. What in the fuck is Rasheen Ali getting the ball for when we have Derrick Henry on the team? It's ridiculous. We're trying to fight for our playoff lives, and Todd Monken's decision to not put Derrick Henry on the field with the personnel. I don't understand. And because he didn't do that, I'm even more angry at John Harbaugh because he should have seen that and he should have said something.
I don't care whose fault you want to play. I'm blaming on both of them. But one or the other or both should have said, fuck the rotation, Derek, get in there. You're in there on every personnel the rest of this quarter. Is what should have happened. And going back to your 3rd and 6, where they ended up getting it with Ali, how do they get into that 3rd and 6?
We ran the ball up the middle 2 times and didn't get anything.
No, because it was 3rd and inches. And then
Isaiah
Likely jumps fucking off sides. Yep. And then he has the nerve to say in a couple clips that we saw right after the game, walking out to their cars, we ass as fuck. And speaking of, we ass as fuck has entered the chat.
Hey, tall guy.
We ass as fuck, boys.
We are ass as fuck.
I mean, you can't sit there and say we ass as fuck when you jump up when you're the one who's made a ton of mistakes, including one in this game. It ended up being fine, but you've made a ton of mistakes over the last few weeks.
He said we. That should be inclusive of himself.
True. I guess
it is.
But we are. We ass as fuck.
In the last 3 weeks, Isaiah Likely has jumped for that false start. He's also dropped that touchdown in the end zone, although I don't necessarily know if he dropped it. I think he caught it and then he dropped it. And also he dropped the ball going on the goal line in the last Pittsburgh game. Not in the last Pittsburgh, the game before that. So Yeah,
Well-
I mean, he's been the center of all this. And why does this shit always happen to us? And why can't we stop fumbling the fucking football? What is up with this?
Well, and again, I mean, he says we're ass as fuck. You talked about that false start. He's had multiple false starts over the past few games, past 6 games or so. I mean, he's not by any means. I mean, I know he said we, but clean your shit up, man. Clean your shit up.
It's so weird how close he was to securing the bag at the start of the season. I mean, tell me they weren't going to move on from Andrews and make Isaiah the number one guy. And then unfortunately he got hurt, and then this is where it came. And now Andrews got a 3-year contract extension. I mean, talk about losing $40-50 million on an unfortunate injury and timing.
Yeah, and then he's come back and hasn't been great and hasn't mentally been great.
I mean, he didn't get Wally pipped, but he almost kind of.
Yeah.
He's I mean, I don't know. And I don't want to put all of it on him. I mean, he wasn't the only guy who false started. Ronnie Stanley also had a crucial false start in this game that cost us. The Mark Andrews, apparently after the game, they asked Harbaugh if it was a design play, even though I thought in the moment it looked like it was a design play. It was not. That's what Harbaugh said. At least it was not a design hook and ladder at the end of the first half. But if Andrews doesn't throw that stupid pass while he's mid 360 and it just goes down, then we get the roughing the passer call, and then maybe we're in field goal range and we can get another 3 points on the board at the end of the half. Although I don't know if our kicker could have gotten the ball to the fucking uprights. So
How I was there. How short was that? That was the other end, and I couldn't see how short it was.
It was probably 3 or 4 yards short. It wasn't like crazy short, but it's a 56-yard field goal. I mean, these dudes are eating those for breakfast these days.
I mean, you stayed 3 or 4 yards short. Like if this is, hold on, let me look at the screen here. Like if this is the bar, it was coming down 3 or 4 yards short, like this way. So he still needed to get it this way. Like how you should not be short on 56 yards. Like you should be missing left or right.
In today's game, it should. That was a record for how long though?
Was it?
I mean,
was it?
Tucker had what 60? It was windy. It wasn't crazy. I mean, it wasn't. Get one of the earlier games where I think the guy missed 3 field goals because it was blowing across the uprights. But yeah, it should have been made. I'm not breaking that, but
look, I'm kind of busting his balls. I mean, it's possibly just got underneath a bit too, and it happens. It's not they're not perfect. And he's been good. He's a rookie, and he's been good this year. Like I know. I don't want to give him too much shit, but I mean, I also I wanted to mention it because people have been talking about it, and also we've seen it all year. I mean,
this is the airing of grievances.
It is
the airing of grievances.
And to go back a minute. That was definitely a designed toss by Andrews. He's been watching too much Travis Kelce. He tried to get a little too cute. D-Hop is next to him. Look at the ball like, holy shit, what the hell did you just do?
Hey,
like he was waiting for that ball. He was waiting for it. Like that. Don't bullshit a bullshitter. Come on.
The tall guys having some ponies.
Get some of them pony bottles, boy. Man. Anyway. Also, I see in here Pick 10 that the running back coach was the one. That the running back coach is the one who set the rotation and told Henry that he was out again.
Fire him today.
Fire him today.
Fire him. Fuck that guy. I don't care if he's the best running back coach on the planet. Fuck it. Like you're an idiot. What are you talking about? We're trying to win a fucking football game.
That's bad.
And
the fact that Harbaugh has no clue on the sideline that's happening, I love him. I want to support him. He's done well for us, but he's lost it. He's lost it.
It's your job to know. It is your job to know. And if they're not communicating it to you, then it's your job to find people who will communicate it to you. And I hold people accountable. There's no excuse for it. Yeah. And look, there's not 100% chance that if Henry would have played that we would have won the game, but it certainly gives us a better shot.
Nobody would have balked at it. Everybody would have said, that's what we should have done.
It's tough because you get pissed off at him for fumbling. You get pissed off at him for fumbling that ball, and you're like, God, why is he doing this again? But then you're like, oh shit, he had 2 tutties and 128 yards in 3 quarters of football.
Yeah. And also, if you watch the replay of that fumble, like, I mean, there's 2 guys draped on him, and some guy just punches the ball. Like, it's pretty hard to, like, I don't know. I feel like he's so big and he gets gang tackled so much that
it's almost like to his detriment because the people have more of an opportunity to punch the ball while he's going down because he's so hard to bring down. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. And Zay Flowers with the fumbling stuff. I mean, this has got to stop. And also, dude, you're not in high school anymore. You need to stop with like the hesitate, stop, pull up move, and then go like this. Like, bro, run forward, get a couple yards, get down, get back on the ball. Like,
That's his
I'm
move.
so sick of that shit. I know
That's
it's
his
his
move.
move. He's so
and everyone knows it
effective
though.
And he's so effective on crossing routes, but when he starts doing that shit in the open field, God, it drives me nuts on those short receptions.
I will say though, that touchdown he had when he weaved through the defense. I mean, I was in the other end zone, but we could see that hole open up, and you're like, "There's no one else in this team making that play," and he did it. So kudos. But yeah, it's
that's
that's the
I don't know. It's just like he's so talented, but he for some reason sometimes his brain just stops, and he's just like, "Oh, I got to try to make 60 guys miss." It's, dude, we got 2 minutes. We got 4 timeouts. Like, you don't have to get all the yards on this play. We're going to be fine.
Take the 3 yards and be good. That's what happens, I think, to the whole team with these fumbles. I mean, again, likely caught the ball in the end zone, 3 steps, 2 and 9.8 steps. But if he's focused and knows he needs to maintain through the whole play, we're not talking about it.
He's got more fumbles this year than he does touchdowns. It's not a stat you want. That's not a stat you want.
Is that good? What's high score mean? Did I break it? Did I win?
What we haven't talked about yet is that our starting quarterback didn't play in most of this game. It hasn't played in a lot of the games coming down the stretch this year. And I've got a lot of friends that are starting to call Lamar out for being a little bit of a pussy. And I don't know if that's fair. I'm not in his body. I don't feel these injuries. He's clearly not been himself this year. So I would assume that he is hurt and he's playing hurt. But it didn't really look like much happened to him this week, and then he was out. He was walking around seemingly fine. I don't know if this is the way we should be approaching this, but what have you guys heard the same sentiment from some Baltimore fans? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? What are your thoughts? Chris, let's go to you first.
Yeah, I mean, Dad and I were at the game. We didn't see the hit. I mean, it was hard, but like
it's hard to see the hit on the replay.
Yeah, he got hit in the back. I mean, you talk to a boxer, not that I know any boxers, but like those back kidney shots, they'll take it out of you. But the optics are not good. Like,
no, and
they're not good.
I love
if this team is 10-4, is he out there? If Steelers didn't win the game before, is he in?
Yeah,
I mean Steelers winning the game before should be more of a like a motivating
I mean, we
thing.
know, but we need them to lose 2 in a row. We need to win 2 in a row, or all 3. Like I hear you. I think there's both ways to that. I mean, there's now literally only one pass, and it's highly unlikely at this point to go into the game. So it's like, where does the motivation come from? And I think he's slightly immature.
Yeah.
I mean, you sit there, like, I would have understood. They came out, whether this is true or not, and said that this is a very bad contusion on his back. I would have felt a whole lot better if he had broken ribs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just like Matt Stafford was getting up off the ground, like peeling himself off the ground after touchdown passes and telling teammates to not touch him because his arm hurt so fucking bad. And we got a guy who's got a big bruise on his back, and he's like, "Nah, I'm not playing anymore." It's just like, hey, dude, it just doesn't sound great to me. I love Lamar, 2-time MVP, best quarterback I've ever rooted for, but I
agree.
It's not my favorite thing about his career. It's not my favorite.
Sanders lost a nail and finished the entire game. Like, he had his nail ripped off his finger.
Fucking Carson Wentz was out there in a flak jacket the other day taking hits.
And I think he had broken ribs.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. And then I saw a report, whether I don't know if this is true or not, because I can't remember where I saw it, that he got a Toradol shot and was trying to loosen it up in the locker room and was like tossing the ball around and just couldn't get it to loosen up or whatever. It was still hurting too bad to go out there and play. Lamar, come on, man. Yeah. Come on, dude. That's a game. That's a game we need you to suck it up.
Yeah. It sucks all around. I was unbelievably disappointed with the coaching. I'm still pretty disappointed in Lamar. I'm disappointed with the team in general. I'm really, really, really disappointed in the defense as a whole this year. I know we lost Matabike early, and there's been some injuries, but every team loses good players. We sort of looked like we were going to turn it around for a little bit there in the middle of the season, and we did for a couple weeks. But I mean, overall this year, the defense has just been a complete sieve, especially on 3rd and long. I mean, how many 3rd and 15s did the Pats get this week? It was fucking crazy.
They didn't even try to run the ball. Every play you knew it was going to be a pass.
Yeah.
And we were in a soft zone. And I said to Brooks after like the 2nd or 3rd one, I was like, we're going to run a soft zone, or we run a soft zone, and they find a hole right, and they sit down in the middle of it every time. And it's just like, how do you not know this is happening? Number one. Number two, how are they not smart enough to stop? I don't get it.
Yeah.
So disheartening.
For our airing of grievances, it's the coaching staff, it's the fucking defense, Lamar potentially being soft because we don't know what's going on there. Does he have internal bleeding? I fucking don't know, because the Ravens are so vague and try to deceive you with some of the injury stuff. So I don't know what's actually going on there and what's true or not. But he did look like he was in a lot of pain afterwards. I agree with you, man. There's too much it's almost like the Orioles season. There's just too many fundamental things not going right, that they're just not doing the right little things.
Yeah.
And I saw you earlier, Pigtown. We really shouldn't be like calling out the rookie kicker, but I think it's just like a culmination of bad things that happened in that game that we're just calling out everybody. But
yeah,
as a whole, Loop has been better than I even expected this year, because I didn't want to expect a lot of a rookie kicker, and this is us just being dumb fans. Willie Taggart is the running back coach. Man, that's a blast from the past name. And Zay has baby hands, hard to hold on to the ball. I mean, he's got something going on. I mean, Christ, oh, Mike, somebody get him some Clifford Franklin, stick him.
All right, boys, I gotta take off.
All right, buddy. We love you.
Thanks, Brooks, just, I'm coming for that ass next week at the championship game, all right? Ice up, son. Ice up.
Ice up, son. Oh, man, that's awesome. If you guys are unaware, Brooks and Chris are in a 2-week matchup in the fantasy championship of the Gary Williams Stole My Lawn Furniture League right now. What's the score now? What's the score?
Let's pull it up. It took the lead last night. It is 143 to 136.
Oh, it's a close one, 7-pointer, and they're going into week 2. Yeah. Well, good for you. 143 is I would be pretty happy with that. And the fact that he's that close behind you. You must have pretty good teams.
Honestly, CD Lamb, Travis Kelce were my 2 worst players, including the Rams defense. But he also had Jalen Warren, Brian Robertson, and Matt Stafford, which made up a whole lot of points.
You want to know something funny about this horrible, terrible Ravens team? Only 4 teams in the league. By the way, the Pro Bowl rosters came out, I guess, this morning. Only 4 teams in the league have 6 or more players, and the Baltimore Ravens are one of them. I'm trying to find out which players got selected, but it's hard for me to fathom that this team is that bad, and we have 6 players in the Pro Bowl. I'm gonna look it up now.
Takes a special kind of idiot, doesn't it?
I got you ready. Kyle Hamilton, deserved. Patrick Ricard didn't really play a lot this year, but there's no other fullbacks, so I guess I don't know. Roquan Smith didn't have his best year, but I mean, still has a lot of tackles. Jordan Stout, who I boast is the worst player in the league.
He did have a good year.
Zay Flowers, who has more fumbles than touchdowns, and Tyler Linderbaum, who hopefully is going to be a Raven next year, but who knows? Going to be a free agent at the end of the year, and he's
Zay too. Isn't Zay a free agent at the end of the year?
No, Zay is a year behind those. Kyle Hamilton and Linderbaum were the same year. I think Zay was the year after.
No,
and I think we still might have a 5th-year option on Zay. I think Zay's been in the league 3 years. He is in his third season. So, yeah, we have 2 more years. Next year is his last year of his rookie contract, and then we have the 5th-year option if we want to pay him, which we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really know what we're going to do there either, because if he continues to have these fumbling problems, I don't really know. We got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff could be changing moving forward with the Ravens if the Steelers don't lose to the Browns this week. We will be playing the Packers this week, and it looks like they're going to be without Jordan Love. Could be Malik Willis, or it should be Malik Willis. I think the backup to him now is Clayton Tune, who's a guy I remember in college, but can't exactly remember where he went.
And honestly, we were watching that Malik Willis once he came in, and he slung it a little bit. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, he was looking really good actually for the first couple drives. I think they ended up losing that game to the Packers anyway, and we'll talk about that. That was probably the best game. The last couple games for Caleb have been the best couple game stretch that he's put together since I've seen him in the league. And I got to give credit to him because I've been talking a lot of shit about the Bears all year. I said they were a terrible team. After we beat them, I said that team's going to lose 11 games, and they are clearly in first place now of the NFC North. Did they clinch it? They clinched it, right? Yeah, they clinched the division. They clinched.
Do you think?
Clinched that division.
Who do you think should be more?
Sorry.
Yeah, because they don't play.
The Packers would have to win out, and the Bears have to lose out.
Yeah. Who do you think has more of a right to be so as upset as us? Like, is it the Lions? Should the Lions be as pissed off as we are right now? Or
I don't.
at least they can blame injury a little bit.
Yeah, look. You're right. Like we always talk about the Orioles. You can't with the Orioles. You can't blame injuries for the season. Well, look, when it gets to a certain point, you kind of can. And I think it's gotten to that point with the Detroit defense. Every single other play, it feels like one of their DBs is getting hurt. They've got guys playing off the street that weren't there in the early part of the year. I was disappointed in their offense personally because I thought they figured it out in the second half, and I feel like if they would have played that game for 10 more minutes, they probably would have won because they had all the momentum there at the end. But realistically, in the first 3 quarters of the game, the Steelers just totally outplayed them, and they just kept hitting home runs. That Steelers offense, and I don't necessarily know that that's the Steelers offense that we've seen the whole year. I don't think that of them as a home run hitting team, but I think that that Detroit Lions defense is just so decimated by injuries that I think they're just so susceptible to.
Rodgers just started throwing balls up. It felt like, and
yeah,
how you have somebody come in and it's like a number 37 or 38, and you're like, all right, we're targeting that guy off the bench. But yeah, that's basically the entire secondary for the Lions at this point. So they're basically like, hey, somebody run out there. We'll find you. And then you have that weird play at the end of the half. And then you have the weird play at the end of the second. A couple weird plays at the end of the second half that, you go from the pick play to the pass interference to right into the Ravens game where Humphrey just straight up tackles the guy and it doesn't get called. So,
yeah, we got a little bit of a fortunate call there, but it didn't matter. They ended up scoring a couple plays later anyway. But yeah, I was screaming at the TV during that Lions game. Everyone loves a ref show. So, but it was kind of ridiculous at the end of the game. I get frustrated with the pick plays because they call them sometimes, but they don't call them so many other times. I feel like it's really inconsistent.
Pick and choose.
I know, and it feels like they can pick and choose what they want to call with everything, and that's why, I haven't gambled on an NFL game in the last 3 weeks because it feels like they can just do whatever they want. I know that once again, conspiracy me is coming out, but I don't know, man. It feels more and more like it every single day. Every game I watch, and every single time I think the Steelers can't win a game in a more stupid way, they find a way to win a game in a more stupid way. They blow a 12-point lead in the last 5 minutes of the game, and then they take them. The Lions take them all the way down the field, and they score twice, but they both get taken back for OPIs. And then,
I mean, how incredible was that Amon-Ra St. Brown play where he tosses it back?
it was unbelievable. It was so sweet, and the Jared Goff just sprinting over the goal line, having the wherewithal to do it because the play is still alive. But it sucks the 2 OPIs in the end zone at the end of the game. I was saying, like, whatever happened to putting the flags away at the end of the game. This is kind of what, I don't know, the old school, I guess, in me. But also, do I think on replay, if you watch them, are they both OPIs? Yeah, they probably are. But I'm a Raven fan. I was a little angry. How about DeKalin Metcalf getting real angry?
DeKalin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's huge news for us.
2-game suspension for him, so he's not going to be available for the Ravens game or the Browns game this week. And we, our last ditch effort to make the playoffs, if you're a Raven fan, is we need the Steelers to lose to the Browns this week. We need to beat the Packers, and then we need to beat the Steelers in that last game. It's still very unlikely. I think the Steelers are like minus 1,100 to win the division because that Browns game is seemingly such a pushover, but it is a division game. Myles Garrett's still looking for the sack record, so still some motivation for the Browns. And now they're missing their best offensive weapon, I would say, and DK Metcalf. And what an idiot! He had a guarantee. He has all this guaranteed money in his contract, and he has, I guess, waived those guarantees now because there was a clause in his contract there that if he were to miss a game for code of conduct reasons. That he could be cut without penalty by the Steelers at any point in the next 2 years. Will he be cut by the Steelers at any point in the next 2 years? Doubt it. There would be no reason for that. But he gave them. I mean, he gave them the opportunity if he does something else stupid that they can get out of the contract. And look, you're a professional. I don't know what the guy said to him. Regardless of what you said to him, you can't be punching fans. Regardless, I don't care what he said. You got to be more professional. You got to be more smart. You got to be more situationally aware than that. Just walk away, get off the field, tell security to get the fan out of the arena if you need to. They'd be more than happy to. They do it for athletes all the time. So we'll see what becomes of it. He's going to lose. He definitely lost his next 2 paychecks, that's for sure. And he lost some, I'm sure, credibility, respect in the locker room, if I had to guess.
Yeah, now we're all Shador Sanders fans. But I mean, I sit there and say that, but if we get in the playoffs right now, we're not gonna. I'm always a fan of like, yes, do I want to make it to the playoffs? Yes, because you can always get hot and figure out a way to win. But this team just ain't it, man.
Yeah, we ass as fuck, man. We ass as fuck.
We ass as fuck.
Yeah. So that's Steelers Lions, and then we talked about Packers Bears briefly. Good for the Bears. They have not clinched the NFC North, like I said, their final 2 games, but they will with a win in one of their final 2 games. But they play the Niners and the Lions, so not exactly 2 easy teams. We saw the Niners offense just absolutely explode on the Colts last night, and we'll talk about that game shortly. But good for the Chicago Bears for winning that game in overtime, and Caleb hitting that big throw at the end, showing a set of nuts. Good for him. I've been waiting to see that out of him for a couple of years now. So
that was an incredible throw.
Yeah, absolutely, and a really, really good catch by DJ Moore, who I thought was dead for a second, but he caught it, and then he got up and was going nuts. I also like that Caleb was volunteering the next day somewhere wearing a cheese grater helmet. He's a big fan of that. Yeah. So what other games do we want to highlight this weekend? You want to talk about the game last night? Philly. Put up a little bit of a fight. Looked like he was going to hang with them in the first half a little bit there. He was slinging it. I think it was 14-14. A lot of points scored in the first half of the game. 21 in the first quarter, and then 20 more in the second quarter. So 41 points scored in the first half. I bet they were pretty much hitting the over. But The Niners scored 14, 10, 10, 14 in the 4 quarters, 48 points. That is very consistent offense. I think they said last night that the punter for the Niners hadn't punted since November,
Jesus.
which is pretty crazy. And he didn't punt last night either. So I don't really know what's going on there, but they're quietly, especially since Brock Purdy got back, they've been locked in on offense. The problem with for me, when they get into the playoffs, their defense is just so decimated by injuries. I just feel like any team's going to be able to score with them. But I mean, I don't know if any team's going to have a defense good enough to stop these guys.
No, and obviously Ayuk's not coming back. Who knows what's going on with that situation? He posted a video.
What a weirdo that guy
He
is.
posted a video over the weekend too, driving 90 some miles an hour past Levi's next to Levi Stadium. But they've just, I mean, Ricky Pearsall's back. Who are their other wide receivers besides Christian McCaffrey?
Juwan Jennings, George Kittle.
Kittle tweaked his ankle last night and called out the field a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it didn't look like they could stop him at all. And good for Phil, man. He almost threw for 300 yards last night.
277, 2 touchdowns, and then that dagger pick six, and with like maybe 5-6 minutes left in the game. That was the icing on the cake. But I mean, he definitely looked like he was competent. Alec Pierce coming out of nowhere and just making great plays. I really believe in this Indianapolis skill position group. I really like their receivers. I love Tyler Warren. I obviously love Jonathan Taylor. Their offensive line is still decent. God, I wish they had a good quarterback or maybe I'm glad they don't because they're in the AFC. But man, I think this team could be really good if they can get a quarterback in there. I mean, we got 44-year-old Phillip Rivers putting up 277 and 2 touchdowns. If you get a decent quarterback who's not fucking 800 years old,
still throwing some of the ugliest balls you ever see in your life too, at times.
there was a couple down the stretch, like they had opportunities and he was kind of trying to fit them in tight, and it's just their throws that I think maybe 8 or 10 years ago he probably could have made, but I don't think this version of Phil Rivers is going to be making those kind of throws. And then there was one that he tried to really heave to Josh Downs that was kind of sad. It went like 35 yards. It was, but I give him all the credit in the world for going out there. He's a crazy son of a bitch, dude.
Like, I mean, he's probably hasn't been like there zero arm care, long tossing. I know he's been around the game coaching, and I know he's been throwing to the receivers and helping his kid out and stuff like that. But I just don't see him doing any long toss or doing any arm care stuff in the last 5 years to keep his arm any kind of strength up. But I mean, you look at him at 44 and hasn't played in 5 years. And I watched Rodgers roll out and throw a ball deep, and he fucking slung it, man. He's still, he's not one of the top strongest arms in the league at the moment, but he's still got a middle of the pack strong arm, and he's 42 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised because I've said it multiple times. I think he's the best thrower of the football I've ever seen. When he was in Green Bay in his prime, I mean, there was times where he was rolling out left, throwing across his body like 60 yards, and it looked like he wasn't even trying. And I've never seen personally anything like that. I'm sure metrically there's guys that throw the ball further, harder, or whatever, but with the effortlessness and the ability to throw the ball from all situations, running left, running right, backpedaling, whatever. I've never seen a guy throw the ball like Rodgers. So if there was a guy that could still do it at 42, I would believe it was him. I would not believe it was Phil Rivers, because even when he was in his prime, he looked like he was throwing a fucking medicine ball half the time.
Yeah, he did. He always has. I mean, I wouldn't believe it out of Peyton. I could see it out of Tom. I mean,
Tom's still cannon.
When he has a minute to like set his feet and really drive, like he can still. I bet you he can still sling it a little bit, but
yeah.
I mean, you got to get some. I mean, I guess Colts do have a good line, so if they needed somebody to come in that had some arm strength, it's left. But no, they're just trying to make it through the next 2 games, and I think we all see the writing on the wall there for you and old Uncle Brian.
I really want to know what the Colts are going to do at quarterback, Kyler or Tua or what the hell they're going to do. Maybe draft somebody again, Anthony Richardson, give him another shot. I don't know. Maybe Kirk Cousins. That would be the logical move based on what they've been doing over the course of the last 10 years. But yeah.
Old Kirk didn't look bad this week though when we were watching
No.
that game.
Didn't look horrible. He's looked better this year. Maybe that I think it's underrated that you really do need a year after the Achilles, especially when you're, an older guy like Kirk. He looked like he was a complete statue last year. He couldn't move at all. And this year,
And he didn't look like he had anything. He did look like he didn't have anything on the ball last year either. Like he actually, when we were watching that game, like the ball looked like it was coming out pretty good, like better than I remember from last year.
Yeah. The best game of the week, and maybe one of the best games of the season, we haven't even talked about yet, the Thursday night football game between the Seahawks and the Rams that Randy was talking about, telling us to bring up before we got into that little rant about the Colts and the Niners. We were kind of in and out watching this game. I ended up watching most of the second half. Well, I think we were playing cards while we watched this one. But yeah, Puka Nacua, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns. Stafford, I think Stafford and Puka Nacua became the the second quarterback wide receiver duo ever to throw for the quarterback throw for 450 and 3 touchdowns, and the receiver to have 200 plus and 2 touchdowns to lose the game. I think it's only happened 2 times ever. I can't remember who the other team was, the guy that did it. But yeah, I mean, it looked like the Rams offense was completely unstoppable. And then all of a sudden, Sam Darnold, who I've been kind of shitting on all year as a guy who can't win big games, can't perform in clutch situations. I mean, from late in the third quarter on, Sam Darnold was fucking nails in this game.
Slinging Sammy B. Slinging Sammy D.
Slinging Sammy D. He only threw the ball 6 times in the first half. So it told me that tells me, look, Seattle's trying to either win this game, like 17-10. And they don't want to put too much in his hands, but I think they figured out pretty quickly that Matthew Stafford was not going to be denied. So I think they had to change the game plan pretty quickly in the second half, and credit to their head coach for seeing that and doing that. Wonder if he had a previous employer that maybe would love to have him as the coach now. Don't know.
Don't care. It's over with.
I know.
I'm so sick of hearing it.
A lot of people talk about that. A lot of people.
So sick of hearing about it. Yeah. So sick of it.
But yeah, either way, Jackson Smith and Jigba only had 1 target, 0 catches in the first half. Ended up with 90 yards in this game and a touchdown, which is more like it for Jackson Smith and Jigba. Kenneth Walker, 11 carries, 100 yards and a touchdown. But the Seahawks, the story of the game was their resilience in the fourth quarter and overtime. 16 in the fourth quarter, and then going for 2 after they score the touchdown in overtime and getting it in just crazy fashion. The 2 2-point conversions in the fourth quarter were crazy as well, especially was it the first one or the second one that was like the fumble that got recovered in the end zone? I've never seen that in my life. It's crazy. You've been watching football, you think you've seen it all, and then something happens that you've never seen before. Yeah, credit to Sam Darnold where I had to get where it's due. He totally performed in the clutch. The Seattle Seahawks have taken control of the NFC West and taken control of the NFC. If they win their next couple games, they are going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC. They have Panthers and Niners left on the schedule. Both of those games are on the road, so they got to travel all the way across the country to play that Panthers team that's kind of frisky and might be winning that NFC South over the Bucs. And then they got to play that Niners team in week 18. I don't know if that game's going to mean much for the Niners. We'll see. I guess it probably depends on if how this Panthers Seattle game goes. But 3 teams in the NFC West with 11 wins or more, 2 with 11 and 1 with 12 wins. Did not see that coming. I also picked Arizona to be one of the wild card teams in the NFC. They are 3-12 and one of the favorites to win first pick. So shows all we know. What did you take away from this game? Do you still think the Rams are better than the Seahawks? Do you think the Seahawks got lucky? Do you have to go the other way? Do you give the Seahawks more credit? Where are you standing on these two teams in this division in general?
No, I think the Rams are better, but you do need to give a little bit more credit to Trevor Lawrence. That man is making you look like a fool. He is crushing.
I was only saying what I saw.
I'm just saying.
I saw was that he sucked for a really long time. And look, I gotta admit it, he doesn't suck so much anymore. He's been playing a little bit better. And they're doing this.
I can't.
By the way, without the number 2 overall pick, Travis Hunter, who they traded a boatload of shit to get.
I can't believe how many points they put up in every game. It's nuts. I mean, is this what's his name's offense taking over right now? I mean, I guess he did it with Bake.
The thing that makes me even more angry at Trevor Lawrence is that in my big money fantasy league, Joe Burrow got hurt immediately for me. So I needed a quarterback. I didn't draft another quarterback. That was the only guy I had. And the only 2 guys on waivers were CJ Stroud and Trevor Lawrence. And I picked them both up, and I was flip-flopping them every game all year. And every time maybe the 3 times I started Lawrence, he put up terrible games. And then I would start somebody else the next week, and then he would fucking go crazy. So I already hated him. And the Jaguars were inconsistent. And so I'm yelling about the Jaguars. And now I'm in a fantasy championship game in a different league. And I have Jackson Dart and CJ Stroud, who neither of them can play the quarterback position. And I was looking like, oh, maybe Trevor Lawrence is still there. Nope. He's throwing 800 touchdowns every fucking week now. So somebody else picked him up. It's just, I don't know. I hate the guy even more because of that. I don't hate the guy at all. I don't have anything against him other than the fact that I just think he underperformed in the first, couple years of his career, and maybe there was a lot of outside forces for that. Urban Meyer being your first head coach certainly doesn't help. And then you get, Doug Marrone and Doug Peterson, and just not a lot of consistency there. But I mean, really good offensive stuff for the Jags the last couple of weeks, and I really especially proven that they could do it against Denver's defense is the biggest shocker for me. They have an outside chance of the 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean they didn't just beat Denver; they fucking embarrassed them. Like they were all over their ass the entire day. But anyway, going back to your original question, no, I don't think the Seahawks are better than the Rams.
Wow.
But yeah, I still think the Seahawks have a long way to go. I think the Rams are still that team. Hopefully their defense can hold some people here a little bit. But and then going to the Jags are the Jags. I'm always going to be jagging off for the rest of this year. So there's implications on the line. I think probably just need one more win to clinch. So I think I'm good.
They do, and their next 2 games are against Old Man Rivers and the Tennessee Titans. So I think they're probably going to win that division. And once again, they have an outside chance at the 1 seed if that Patriots team happens to get knocked off by somebody. They should probably gotten knocked off this week, huh?
Yeah, probably. But then there's another surprise going on. Surprise disappointment. I wouldn't even say it's a surprise disappointment, just a disappointment. What Randy brought up, another ACL tear in Kansas City. With some other news going on there. They just announced that they are going to be moving the team. I mean, opening a new stadium across the border there and actually be in Kansas City on the Kansas side and not on the Missouri side. This feels weird. It's going to feel weird not being at Arrowhead. There's a lot of people mad about this.
Oh yeah.
But Arrowhead it's got to be the oldest or one of the oldest stadiums right now. Besides Green Bay and I don't even know what Soldier Field the oldest.
Soldier Field's the oldest, and then Lambeau's second oldest.
Really? I would have said Lambeau was older.
For that, it's Arrowhead, and then the Bills.
So Bills, yeah, obviously the Bills are getting a new stadium. They'll be in there next year, I believe.
Yep. The Bears
Eh.
are currently exploring in Indiana for a new stadium. Lambeau is not going anywhere. But I would have told you before this week that Arrowhead wasn't going anywhere either. I'm pretty surprised by this.
Well, they've already built up around what they call it, Titletown there around Lambeau. So if they're going to do anything, it's just going to be massive renovations little by little to that stadium. I would think, unless I've never been there, so I don't know the layout of it. I guess they could probably put something nearby, but or connected to it. But yeah, odd timing. I understand because it's an old stadium. They're always looking to upgrade the fan experience, and sounds like it's going to be a dome. I saw one of my friends in one of my other group chats saying like, yeah, this is just all these owners are trying to find an excuse to be able to charge $1,000 a ticket for all these games, which sucks. I don't want to pay $1,000 to go watch a football game. That's ridiculous. But I'm sure there's tax implications as well. But he is riding the train hard, saying like, "Hey, you don't have to specify anymore that the Kansas City Chiefs are in Missouri and not Kansas. Now you can say it's Kansas City and not have to worry about anybody knowing where it's at." But I understand it. It's going to be weird. I don't even think it's going to be that weird for us, but maybe for the Kansas City and the Missouri and Kansas people.
We should say this is not going to be taking place until 2031. They're going to have a couple of years to build the stadium. I'm sure they're still deciding on where all the funding is going to come from and everything like that. So we have a lot of stuff to go on, and we're going to have at least 5 more years of Kansas City football in Kansas City, Missouri, where they are now. But it is going to be strange. They're right next to the Royal Stadium too. I wonder if that Royal Stadium's got any plans to there, and what they're going to do. I guess they're going to demolish that stadium, or maybe they'll leave it there for other events. I don't really know.
I don't know. Missouri.
Yeah. Interesting little thing from Spotrack on the Twitter sphere, which is something I don't like, and something we were just talking about actually like 15-20 minutes ago. Zay Flowers did make the Pro Bowl this year. His second Pro Bowl nod escalates his 2027 fifth-year option to a projected $28 million. So if we want to get that fifth-year option for Zay Flowers, $28 million will be the price, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a number one, and I love Zay Flowers. I think he's a great player. Don't necessarily think he's worth all that. The Ravens will have to decide on that this offseason by May 1st. They have to decide if they want to pick up that fifth-year option or if they're going to play it differently. Maybe, I guess they would say worst case, they would franchise tag him because it probably won't be that much different. We'll see, though. But yeah, that's just something interesting I just came across on the Twitter. No other stuff from passing, so we're good on that. No Orioles news. It is almost Christmas. You're probably not going to hear much on the baseball front in the next few days, at the very least, if I had to guess. Any other NFL stuff? Good for the Patriots, I guess, for beating the Ravens. We didn't talk about their side of things. They are 12-3 now. They're in the playoffs. They're still only 1 game up of the Buffalo Bills. I guess the Bills could technically overtake them, but we will see. I think the Patriots. I think their schedule remains pretty easy. Steelers, Browns. We really need the Browns in that game. Bengals got their mojo back a little bit. Ton of points on the Dolphins, who are just sad. Starting Quinn Ewers. Yuck. The Texans trying to stay with the Jacksonville Jaguars in that division and still have a chance, but the Jags schedule moving forward is pretty easy. But the Texans look really bad this week, barely squeaking out a win against the Raiders. I don't really know what's going on there. They've won 7 straight, but that one was ugly. And CJ Stroud played really bad. Their offense just looked bad in general in that game. Anything else? Chargers beat the Cowboys pretty handily. Good for the Chargers. They've won 4 straight without their best 2 tackles. They keep winning games. Shout out to them. All respect in the world for Jim Harbaugh for keeping this team in it, and they have clinched a playoff berth. So good for them. Eagles clinched the NFC East this week with their win. Who did they play? Can't even remember. The Washingtons. Did they play the Washingtons?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, I think they played Washington. And I don't think that game was particularly close. Didn't really watch a ton of it, to be completely honest with you guys. So they've clinched that spot. They're going to be at least the 4 seed. Actually, they'll be at least the 3 seed because they're going to be above whoever wins the NFC South. And then the NFC South game was the last one we got to talk about. The Bucks Panthers. And I don't really know what's going on with the Bucks. They've lost 6 of their last 7, 7 of their last 9 coming out of the bye. What the hell? What the hell happened to Tampa? It's just crazy. They're playing at the Dolphins and home again against the Panthers in the last week of the season. So I guess their roadmap is still there. They can go 9-7 and still win this, or 9-8 and still win this division. But I mean, man, what a fall from grace. They look like the best team in the league in the first 5 weeks this year.
Yep. Sure did. Baker looked like the MVP.
Don't know what happened. Maybe he's playing hurt. Maybe it was the injury.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Mike Evans looks great, but that's the bright spot for them.
I think Baker's hurt too. I mean, he was hurt. He's been playing banged up for a while now.
Yeah. Don't care about the Falcons Cardinals game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Or Vikings Giants. 9. Brutal game. And Jackson Dart, by the way. I won my fantasy game this week, despite the fact that Jackson Dart put up 0.02 fantasy points. He played the whole game. Don't know how that happens. I don't know what's going on. I can assure you this: Jackson Dart will not be my starting quarterback this week, and it might be Tyler Shuck. Who knows? It's not going to be Jackson Dart.
I mean, if you want to shuck off, he looked good.
He's looked pretty good, and good enough to the point where I don't think New Orleans is going to be considering taking a quarterback in this draft, and I thought they probably would have been otherwise. So the Jets are so abysmal and sad. So
still have 0 interceptions.
Yeah, they are fighting to become the first team in NFL history to go a whole season without an interception. Couldn't believe that when I read it the other day. The Jets have 0 interceptions this year on defense. That is disgusting.
Now what
yeah, that's all I got on the NFL this week.
That's about it. We'll try to pop up on tomorrow or Thursday, depending on everyone's schedule. Because we got to make our picks and do a true Christmas episode. So
yeah. Do you want to do an immaculate grid before we sign off?
Sure.
Let's do it. I will pull that up now. Any other interesting stuff? Team Kuchar won the PNC. Team Tigers team couldn't perform.
Yeah, I mean, Notre Dame and USC have failed to reach an agreement to extend their historic series, which will end. Administrators plan to work towards restarting the series as soon as 2030, but they'll stop playing next year.
Stupid Notre Dame, dude.
They've played every year since 1946, I saw.
Wow. Can we keep Notre Dame out of the freaking news?
Yeah.
I'm sick of that team. All right. We got a grid here. New York and Texas. I immediately think Soriano and A-Rod and Teixeira. New York and the Blue Jays, I think of David Wells. I think J.A. Happ works there. Some other guys probably. Let's think about it a little bit. New York, 40 homer season. These are going to be interesting, but I guess these are 2 teams that have quite a few of them. Although the Giants had their first 30 home run season since Barry Bonds this year with Willie Adames, which is Also a crazy
That's
stat that I
wild.
heard. Yeah, nobody has hit 30 home runs for the Giants since Willie or since Barry Bonds until Willie Adames. Played first base in one game.
Steve Pierce.
Justin Smoke.
Yep.
He could work for both of these
He
teams.
could work for Texas and New York.
I don't know him as a Yankee. Did he play for the Yankees?
Yeah.
Blue Jays played first base. Also, Kendrys Morales would work. Who was the guy who was fucking mashing until he hit that walk-off
John
grand slam and
Olerud.
broke his leg. Yeah.
Olerud.
Frank Thomas? No, he probably didn't play first. All right, we'll keep thinking about that. We've got Texas played first base. Joey Gallo.
Texas and New York, Joey Gallo as well.
Chris Davis, Joe Smoke, Justin Smoke,
Rafi, Michael Young
for sure. Nathaniel Lau was their first baseman for a few years. Mitch Moreland would probably be a good one. Mike Napoli would probably work there.
Definitely would work there.
Texas, San Francisco is interesting.
That's the one I'm having trouble thinking of anybody good.
I'm trying to think of anybody.
Oh shit! Yeah, Dad's got us. The Jays in New York is Mesa.
Oh yeah, what are we stupid? Timmy Mesa.
What are we
Friend
stupid?
of the show. 0.3. Look at that. Friend of the show. Tim Mesa. Love it.
Big time Timmy Jim.
Big time Timmy Jim.
San Fran and the Jays is interesting as well.
Gossman.
Yeah.
Robbie Ray.
Really?
Yeah, he pitched for San Francisco last year and he was really good. Who else? Probably more guys, right? Where do we want to do Justin Smoke? Because he's got to be on this grid somewhere. I don't know him as a Yankee. I kind of want to put him as played first base for one of these two teams. Which one do you want to use? Which one do we have more guys for?
Probably Texas.
Okay, I'll use him here then. Justin Smoke. 3%. All right, that's a good one.
Really like that.
Oh, he played for San Francisco. Look at that. He's wearing a San Francisco hat. We could have used him here.
Yeah. Joey Gallo for Texas and New York, you think?
I feel like that's high. But
yeah, it's recent.
I think we can recent. Besides Teixeira, A-Rod, and Soriano.
40 home runs for San Francisco is going to be tough, too.
Willie Stargell. Or, sorry, no, not Willie Stargell. Willie McCovey. Willie Mays. Maybe Will Clark. That's going to be risky. I think he was more of a batting average guy than a home run guy. Jeff Kent.
Did he ever have 40? I thought his high was like 37.
I think you're right. I don't think he had 40. Bonds, Willie Mays. Got to think of somebody old. Who's an old for the Giants? Orlando Cepeda. That's a potential. I don't know if he had 40 either.
All right. Texas and you think Texas and New York, Joey Gallo is going to be?
I mean, it's not as high as the three other guys I've mentioned so far, but I just feel like because it's the Yankees, we can think of somebody better. Matt Williams for San Francisco home runs. I don't know about that, Dad. Did he hit 40 dongs in a season? He was really, really good for them. He's a guy people forget about a lot. I don't think JT Snow hit 40 either. 40 is so many. Definitely not Rich Aurelia.
Did Juan Gonzalez play for New York? No, I don't think he did. But he did play first.
Texas.
Juan Gonzalez played outfield. I don't think he ever played first base.
Texas, New York, Texas, New York, Texas, New York. Ooh, I got a good one for Texas, New York. Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Okay.
He would have worked for the Blue Jays too. 2%, baby. Let's go.
Man, he's been everywhere. He's got a Pittsburgh hat on too.
I did not know he played for Pittsburgh.
You think Granderson will be too high for New York?
For 40 homer season?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. Who are the options? I mean, we have the easy ones. Ruth Gehrig, Mantle. I don't think Cano got 40 dongs.
Soriano.
I think Teixeira probably did it, and I think a lot of people may have used Teixeira, but I think A-Rod probably did it. Stanton, Judge, too recent.
Reggie Jackson.
Probably did it. Did Sheffield do it?
Giambi.
Ooh. Sheffield, Giambi, Teixeira. That's Dewey? I don't think.
40 plus and played first base a minimum of 1 game.
Chris Davis.
Yeah. Boog Powell.
Probably, yeah. Jim Gentile. We've been saying his name a lot recently.
That's another. I don't think Reggie Jackson played a full season with Baltimore. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be Baltimore.
No, there could be anybody. Yeah, doesn't have to be Baltimore. Who's
I know why.
Who's a random dude who hit 40? Because I know there's definitely some randoms that hit 40 homers.
Brady Anderson.
Yeah,
he's usually pretty high on these.
I think he's popular because he's like such a he shouldn't have been there kind of guy.
Yeah.
Why is this? Can I get this out of here, please? All right, thank you.
40 plus home run. Oh, Brett Boone.
Mark Trumbo. Ooh, Brett Boone.
Richie Sexton.
40. Richie Sexton.
Again, Soriano.
Trumbo. Mark Reynolds. Travis Hafner.
Adam Doan. I like Boog Powell, but I don't know if he hit 40. I feel like he did, though.
I don't either. Trumbo? Do we hate Trumbo?
Did he hit 40?
Oh, he hit like 50 for us almost. We led the league in homers 3 straight years, and it was Trumbo, Cruz, and Davis. Yeah, let's go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, we got a hot start.
What's Texas? What's going on in Texas here?
I like Michael Young because people won't know that he played first base probably.
I don't know. He's so popular because he just
works in a lot of places.
Yeah, and he's Texas. He's like the guy in Texas. I was thinking for San Fran and Texas, maybe be
Almero.
Maybe be Andrew Kashner. Did he pitch for
San
Francisco? I don't know if he pitched
Padres.
for San Francisco.
Padres.
Yeah. Scott Feldman. Did Neftali Feliz find his way to?
How about Scherzer? I mean, not Scherzer.
Joe Nathan, Rob Nen. Texas played first base. We got to think of somebody.
Will Clark.
5%
Will Clark.
For Texas, San Francisco, or for Texas played first base?
Texas, San Francisco. Well, either, but I think Texas, San Francisco would be the right answer.
You don't think he's high? He's a Hall of Famer, isn't he? Or close?
Close. He's not. I can't think of anybody else. Can you? Did Joey Gallo hit 40 for New York?
No, definitely not for New York. He was bad by the time he got to New York. Mattingly didn't hit 40. Soriano hit 40 multiple times, but not with New York.
I thought he did.
I don't think he did. Jeter certainly never did.
No.
I don't know if Thurman Munson was a power guy. I don't think Yogi was.
I like Giambi.
Giambi or Teixeira would probably be the best answers. What do you like, Giambi?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 7%. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Kevin Mitchell home run for San Francisco. Who the hell is that?
I know who that is, but I couldn't tell you if he had 40 or not.
I mean, well, it's Bonds and Mays are going to be the top two, right? So, can we think of anybody else besides maybe McCovey? I guess.
And I bet JT Snow got close. Posey wouldn't have done it.
I just can't think of any other. I don't. I mean, Cepeda is the only other really popular like Giants hitter I can think of. They don't really have a storied history of
All right.
bats.
Dad hasn't been wrong yet, so let's just do Kevin Mitchell, I guess.
You want to do it?
He hasn't been wrong.
Wow. Good for him. Good for Kevin Mitchell. I've never heard of that guy. All right. We like maybe Gossman or Robbie Ray here, unless we can think of somebody else late.
Did Chapman
where? He didn't play for San Francisco.
You sure?
Maybe Matt Chapman. I thought you were talking about Aroldis Chapman.
No.
Oh yeah, Matt Chapman. Damn, all three of those guys are so recent. Texas Rangers played first base one time. Mitch Moreland. I'm gonna do that.
I feel like he played there for a while. Like
Yeah.
I would rather do Michael Young because he barely.
Michael Young. You talk about guys who played there for a while. Michael Young.
No. I mean, he played. I meant like he played first base there for a while.
Yeah. Napoli. Gallo. We still haven't used.
Did Hamilton ever play first base there?
I don't think so. Palmero. You said David Segui? No.
Who was the?
Is there a LaRoche?
Is there an Andres Galarraga for Texas San Francisco?
I don't know. Texas San Francisco. Cole Hamels didn't pitch for San Francisco. Sidney Ponson pitched for Texas. Kevin Millwood pitched for San Francisco. Kevin Brown, did he pitch for San Fran?
I think Ponson played for San Fran.
He did, but I don't know if he played for Texas.
Oh. Yeah, that I don't know.
There's a guy named Matt Bush that I think may have played for both of these teams, but that would be a shot, and I don't know for sure.
Wade Miley.
Joe Panic.
San Fran.
Benji Molina?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Benito Santiago? No.
Oh, is a Mondesi for Toronto and San Fran?
I'm not good with his teams. Should look that up. Did Renteria play for the Rangers?
Fuck it, do Gosman.
Gosman or Robbie Ray? I feel like Robbie Ray would be less known.
All right, well, good for that. I don't care.
5%. Okay, that's good. That's good. Who did I just say? Benji Molina. I think I feel like that happened, but I don't know.
Yeah,
For
I do
sure.
too. I'm like 90% sure. I feel like.
Let's go for it, Benji. Where are you at? Let's go, Benji. All right.
Skinny
Holy
Benji.
shit. All right, we need a good answer for Texas first base. All right, you like Michael Young. I like Mitch Moreland a little better. We already used
Well,
Justin Smoke. Mike
Joey
Napoli's
Gallo.
still there. Chris Davis is still there. Joey Gallo's still there.
Oh, Chris
Palmeiro's still there.
Davis. I feel like that might be one people forget about as well. I think everyone just remembers him as an Oriole.
I'm just gonna scan my brain for another second if I can think of anybody else. Nathaniel Lowe, but that's really recent.
Who would have been a random start at first base that like had to start there?
But we could put Will Clark.
Could. I feel like that would be high though.
Somebody old that played for the Rangers. Who are good Rangers from back in the day? Once again, just another one. Did Pudge ever play first? I don't think so.
Not there. I mean, I don't think he ever did, but I don't think he would have there. That was where he was like kind of in his prime.
There's a guy named Willie Calhoun that played like every position, but I don't know if he played first. He played so many positions for them.
You know, I kind of really like Chris Davis, and there's one that you just said that I really liked. I can't think of now. And Will Clark. I like both those.
Let's go Chris Davis. Let's give it home cooking.
I mean, Will Clark's home cooking too.
Yeah. Chris Davis. 1%, baby. 29.
Oh, we
Wait,
still
what's
haven't
our-
beat. I think it's 24.
I got
Hold
the
on, let me look.
screenshot. I got the screenshot. Hold on. 24 is right. Is the was it?
Damn it!
But this was good, dude. Because these bottom two, I wonder how many there were. I gotta show the summary here. I wonder what the top answers were for everything. Gossman was the top answer.
Palmeiro.
Glad we didn't do that. I'm glad we didn't do Will the Thrill there.
Yeah.
Maris top answer for the Yankees over Judge, Ruth, and Mantle and Gehrig. Crazy. Played first base 40 homer seasons. All right, let's see. Let's see some of these.
8.
Share this tab instead. It is Matt Williams did it actually. Wow. Orlando Cepeda did it too. Okay, I wasn't crazy.
Mel Ott.
That's good. That's good news. Mel Ott. Damn, Cepeda probably would have been a really good one. Just have to have some balls next time. All right, and then what was the New York's only had 12. Share this tab instead.
Send me a screenshot of it when you're done with all this.
Ooh, Tino Martinez would have been a good one. I would have never guessed him though. Babe Ruth did it so many times. I guess Granderson did it twice. Giambi did it twice. Wait, Teixeira didn't even do it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That's crazy. I want to see Teixeira's page. Because I think he's 268 with 409 career homers, but never had a 40 homer season for them. 39 and 122 in 2009. That's the year they won the World Series. Yeah, 39 twice. Just really consistently good. He had 40 for Texas one time. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, that was a fun one. I think that's going to finish our podcast for the day. We're going to take a screenshot of that and we'll keep that one.
Add that to the trophy case
next time. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. And we use some O's. All right, guys, we will see you at some point in the next couple days. If we don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas.
We'll see you before. We'll hop on at least for like a happy hour or something. We need to get our picks in. So
okay,
somehow, some way.
We'll do something. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to y'all, and happy Festivus. Go out and air some grievances today if you need to.
Okay. Maybe a battle of strength.
Oh, couple of feats of strength, huh?
Feats of strength. That's what it is.
I got a lot of problems with you people. I think I'm going to go to, not a sponsor, but I think I'm about to go to Jersey Mike's and get myself a big sub. Anyway, you guys have a great day.
Wish they were.
And we'll see you.